Hi everybody, welcome to the Focus Garage. Ondaris here. I have my buddy Chris with his Evo 10. It's an MR. We're gonna install some lowering springs with Coney yellows to his car. He's over here removing the back seat for it right now to make it easy to access to the bolts in the rear, which he says it will only take like 10 minutes to remove it, and it's worth it. So if you're out there doing it, make sure to do it. We're going to talk to Chris about his car in a little bit, what he has done to it. As far as I know, it's a full bolt-on car. It's crazy. So here you go. Chris is over here. So tell us what you have done to the car, Chris.
How's it going? My name's Chris, one of Under's friends. So basically I've done full bolt-ons, full exhaust, turbo back, 3-inch, cold air intake, boost controller, and front mount intercooler and piping, and then I got tuned by Boost and Performance here in Hoffman Estates. Future plans, right now I'm putting a suspension on. It's stock Bilstein shocks with some springs, so it'll improve the handling a little bit, make the ride height look pretty nice, and then future plans are going to be a full fuel system, E85, and possibly a bigger turbo.
That's pretty cool. How much it's pushing right now? Do you have any idea?
So right now it's about 340 to the wheels.
340. That's crazy. And I raced his car when I had a stage 3 full bolt-on Focus ST, and yeah, top end gets you. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy car, and we're gonna install some coilovers. I'll show you guys around the car while he's doing it, and it's a pretty cool car. So it's a Greddy exhaust, right?
Yep.
Single exit exhaust. It looks pretty cool.
It's a Greddy Revolution RS exhaust. I did depot intercooler and piping, and then Grimspeed boost controller and AEM intake.
All right, sounds good. It's a crazy black color with these NQ wheels, and yeah, Evo is one of my favorite cars. I like it better than the WRX or SCI. I mean, they're both really cool cars. I just like the way it looks, and the way it sounds. I mean, I'm sure people are gonna hate me for not liking WRX or SCI. Just boxer engine is not for me. So we're in the process of removing it. We already removed the back seat, the bottom cushion, so we're removing the bolts over here. There's one over here, and there's one over there, and then one in the middle, and I believe this is just gonna pop out. So I'll update you guys more once we progress. The stock one over here. It's ready to go. We have the Bilsteins, yeah. With what are the springs?
Swift, Spec R.
Spec R Swift. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking at Spec R's and Coney yellow as well. How much it is? $9.90. They're ready to go.
I'll probably need somebody to hold this up so I can get the top bolts on once I get it in there.
Sure, I'll help you. Yeah, but no. Just finished installing the front driver's side, and it's all torqued down. These bolts over here were 88 pounds, if you're wondering, and then these three over here is 35 pounds, and they're all good to go. He's gonna start on the other side, and then I'm gonna put the wheel over here to help him out. speed up the process. So it looks good. It's gonna drop down 1 inch overall. So I can't wait to see the end result. We got this side in as well, and it was the same procedure. Torque the bolts correct side.
Went a little bit faster.
Yeah, a little bit faster because we knew what we were doing from the other side. We learned that there was 2 different bolts. One has like the one on the top over here. This one has a like a kind of like a flat spot on the side where it matches with the knuckle there. Then it's, you know, you gotta make sure that you put that on the top. And now we're gonna move on to the back. That shouldn't take that long. It's like 2 bolts on the top, and then just 1 bolt there on the bottom. That one over there. So should be pretty quick. So I'll update you guys the more we do. We installed the rear shocks as well, and 2 bolts on the top, 1 bolt right here. It was a little bit hard to do it because lining it up to put this bolt is kind of pain in the ass. You just gotta lift it up, wiggle it in there, and just a little bit hammer. And and also when you're removing it, you gotta remove this right here, this bar right here, to get the knuckle a little bit loose in the back, so you can remove this shock out of the, like, where it's sitting. So comparing these 2 springs over here, you can see the one on the right is the Swift springs. They are more aggressive and then has less coil on the top, so it's gonna drop the car down. Okay, good. We're good. It's in there. You just gotta convince it with a hammer a little bit because of the geometry of the suspension. It's kind of, you gotta load it up, unload it, move it a little bit, wiggle it, and then make sure that all the 3 holes, the one from the arm, the suspension, the shock, and then the spindle lines up perfectly to get it in there. So you gotta tap it a little bit. Once it's in there, once it lines up a little bit, it goes pretty smoothly. So the bolt is in there, nut is on there, and then we have the 2 bolts up on the top. Chris needs to torque them. He knows the torque spec. What's the torque spec for the top part, Chris?
So the top 17mm torque spec is 60, right around 60.
So the top is 60 and the bottom?
It's still 33 plus or minus 5.
So the bottom is going to be 33 plus or minus, and then the top is going to be 65. So after that, I'm going to put the wheels on, and then we're going to put back the interior, and we're good to go. We're going to drop the car and see how it looks, and I'm sure it's going to look good. And in the beginning I said he has NK wheels, but they're Koning, so they look really similar to RPF ones. But yeah, so I mean, it looks good. The car looks good, and it looks much. It has much bigger, wider tires than the Focus ST has. So we completed the install. The car dropped roughly around 1 inch. It probably will settle a little bit more the more he drives it. So you can kind of see from the stock height, it is lowered, and it was a straightforward. We didn't have any problems whatsoever. So what do you think, Chris?
It looks really good. I'm very happy with the drop.
You're very happy.
I didn't want it to be completely slammed. I wanted it to be a functional drop.
Yeah.
So.
this completes our install. It was a pretty straightforward install. There was no problem with it that we didn't encounter, and it was pretty easy to install on the Focus SD, because Focus SD has a front knuckle where you have to split it, and this one is just 2 bolts, and you undo those, and then boom, comes out. And then the rear is not a shock, and then the spring is not separated. It's just one complete, so you pop it out and pop it back in. And overall, I would say it took us like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We were messing around, drinking, and like just enjoying, taking our time, making sure we were doing everything correctly. We did uninstalled. We did take off the back seat to be able to reach into the bolts are inside back of the seat. So taking the seats off and putting them back in wasn't a big deal in this car. There was only literally 3 bolts. You take it off. But yeah, so let us know what you have. If you have a Evo 10, 9, or 8, what you have done to it, and make sure that you comment below, and then like and subscribe. Kudos to all.